Hi Capricorns, how are you? I'm laughing so hard because I just did Pisces readings and they kind of wanted to be you this month, but they didn't make it. Oh, poor little Pisces. Okay, Capricorns, hi. How are you? Let's do your reading for May. Sorry, this is late. I'm glad to be back. Okay, Judgment. Center of the reading. Let's cut this deck very quickly for Capricorns in May 2019. Celtic cross, 10 card Celtic cross. So foundation of the reading, or the main aspect of the reading, is Judgment. Crossing that is the Magician. 2 major arcanas. You are at a crossroads, or there's like the crux of a situation building right now. Foundation, Queen of Cups, could be a water energy or an emotional person. In the past, we have the 10 of Swords. This is very interesting, Capricorns. Crowning the reading is the Hierophant reversed. In your future, we have the 3 of Swords. Maybe they didn't want to be you after all. How you feel about the situation is the 6 of Swords reversed. How the other person or people feel about it is the Justice card reversed. They might just be having a little bit of a pity party. Okay, hopes and fears. 4 of Cups. So Capricorns, you are very much, that's interesting. We'll talk about that. And then the final outcome is the King of Cups reversed. Bottom of the deck. Also, I'm not going to do extendeds for you because this is just so late. I just need to get them up. I have a hair of this, so annoying. I'm not going to do extendeds because these are just so late. I did everybody else's, but these last 4 I'm not going to do. I really apologize if you wanted that and was excited about that. I'll pull a couple clarifiers at the end, but I'm not going to do the full extended because I just need to get this out. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Strength card. And yay, because you have a lot of major arcanas for 1. 2, this is another major arcana. But this has to do with personal power. This has to do with the ability to not succumb to our own inner demons. Okay, I could talk about this card for 10 minutes or longer, but the main aspect is maintaining self-worth, maintaining dignity, and maintaining control over your own inner demons. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 6 of Cups underneath that. Okay, so this could be dealing with a past person. Someone from your past. And then another major arcana, the Chariot. So you may want to rush things forward. You may, it's like you have 2 paths and you have to decide which path you're going to take. But this is talking about just staying put for a minute. Okay, think before acting. And then finally, we do have the 10 of Cups upright, which is complete emotional fulfillment. So this is beautiful, Capricorns, because I think, I think with this energy, I think you're kind of trying to get here. All right, and possibly with this person, or trying to get back to these, like the good old days, and it might take a little bit of this before you can get there, but you will, and it will be complete emotional fulfillment. Okay, on however you define that, this card kind of defines the traditional method, the traditional definition of emotional fulfillment: family, kids, house, land. Okay, all sunshine and rainbows, but really what's your definition of complete emotional fulfillment. So beautiful start to the reading, Capricorns. Let's talk about this past a little bit, specifically because with the Six of Cups here, we could very easily be talking about a past situation or a past person. There was a lot of pain. There was a lot of feeling stabbed in the back. There was a lot of thought that went into the whole situation. Whether you or they felt like this isn't really what matters at this point. What matters at this point is the fact that this overthinking or these spinning thoughts or just this pain associated with this scenario is on the verge of being over. We see that because he's feeling stabbed in the back, yes, but he's facing a great lake, which represents deep waters of emotion. So he has to look through that, and on the horizon is the sun. So this is definitely something we can overcome, and it looks like you're going to be doing that, clearly. And it actually looks like you're going to be doing that with somebody. And it actually looks like it's going to take a minute. And it also looks like it's going to take a little bit of composure. Okay. Now, there is a brand new beginning. This is the card of Aries. This can also be the card of Gemini. So having all of the tools at one's disposal and the creativity and imagination strong enough to be able to use all of these tools in appropriate manners to get what you want. Okay? This is not an illusion-making card. This is a beginning of a new phase-making card. Right? And then the Judgment. This is the 20th of 22 major arcana cards. So we are nearing the end of one phase in your life, and we're quickly approaching another phase, a new beginning. All right, and it's going to seem destined. It's going to be very clear to you, and you're not going to have a lot of questions about it because it is here. Here it comes, Capricorns. Here it comes. Not without some emotion. Now, this is a beautiful energy. Whether or not you're dealing with a water sign, you are dealing with someone that is very emotional. And they are emotional because they care. This is the card of Cancer. And if you have spent time with Cancers, you know that they can be extremely emotional. Sometimes people can say that they are crazy. All right? Now, step back from that judgment of a Cancer. Cancer rules the 4th house of the zodiac. The 4th house of the zodiac sign is the house of home and family and comfort and love. So when you have a sign that represents that, every interaction that they have in their love life, in their family life, in their friends and every interaction that they have in life comes from a very kind, loving, caring, comfort-making intention in them. So, water signs have very deep intuition. They have a very deep understanding of the human experience, more so than most. Definitely more than you have, Capricorns. Not to be offensive at all in this statement. However, if they feel, and I'm not only talking about Cancers, but watery energies, okay? If they feel crossed, if they feel hurt, if they feel betrayed or lied to, they will strike out. Strike back. And that's where they kind of get that person's crazy. She's crazy. Okay, my ex was insane. He or she was probably pretty ticked because they actually really loved you. They actually really cared. Like deeply. And then with one act, they got this sense that they weren't cared about. And after all that energy they put into the relationship or the person, they feel deeply betrayed and it hurts them deeply. That's why they act like this. The reason why I spent so much time talking about that is because in your future, first of all, in your past Capricorns, we have this. In your future, we have this. So this, what happened here, is not fully over yet. All right? I'm not saying that there is a third-party relationship. I'm not saying, there could be. All right? There could be a breakup, third-party relationship, but because this is in your past, it's almost over, but it's not fully over. Okay, there's some, especially if you're dealing with somebody from the past, there could be a little spill over, and this trust needs to be rebuilt. That's why, okay, this isn't anything that's going to happen quickly, and that's also why you have to maintain your personal inner strength in dealing with them and dealing with this situation, because they care a lot. Okay. Now, again, the Hierophant. This is a card of tradition. This is a card of family. This is a card of seeking expert advice, and it can also be the marriage card. So no marriage this month, but there is this energy here. So I think that this is kind of maybe what all this might be about. I think you guys are working through something. Now, let's say you're not dealing with someone from the past. Let's say you're dealing with somebody new. Or let's say you're not even dealing with anybody. Okay? If that is the case, Capricorns, then you are ultimately seeking emotional fulfillment. Most people are. Why wouldn't you? Anybody. Okay? So there has definitely been some hurts in the past. There's fear of hurt in the future. Could be the same thing, the same person, same scenario. But understand that there was a great deal of love and kindness and caring. And also understand that there is a final judgment, but it doesn't mean it's fully over. There is a new beginning at hand, right around the corner. Whether it's with one person or another person, there is a new beginning. Something is finalizing. You will understand it when it happens, but it is so this new phase can take place. Okay. Now, how you feel, Capricorns, is the Six of Swords. This upright means going away, clearing your mind, going and getting some reprieve from the world, spending some time, away from the hustle and bustle to clear your mind and sort out your thoughts, but ultimately leaving a situation temporarily. Okay, so when this is reversed, you're feeling like you want to stay. How they feel about the situation. The Justice reversed. Now again, okay, definitely they feel like that things didn't work out in their favor. Okay, things didn't work out in their favor. This could be a legal case. This could mean that they don't want things to work out in your favor, but ultimately in this position, in this spread, this is how they feel about the situation. So they feel like they didn't get what they wanted. Now, hopes and fears. Your hopes and fears, Capricorn. Hoping and fearing boredom and apathy. But what you have to recognize is that there are cups of emotion being handed to you left and right. And when you're ready, anytime now, when you're ready, you can grab a cup of emotions and move forward. This is love being offered to you, and you're not fully ready to take it. Okay, that's what this has to be about. Okay. So I don't know if this has to do with fearing the timing, fearing maybe that it's not being offered to you, or feeling that it is offered to you, but you're not really sure that you want it. This is an interesting card. I'm going to pull a clarifier on it. And then the outcome is the King of Cups reversed. So there is, again with this watery energy, but there's manipulation, lying, deceit. This is I kind of feel the Magician reversed, which you don't have, it's upright luckily, and this card, my personal opinion of them is that they're the worst the worst cards in the zodiac, or in the tarot, because there's so much understanding of human behavior that they can use it to their benefit. Okay, there's a deep understanding of human behavior. There's a deep intuition here, and when it's not used appropriately, it's not used appropriately. And other people can get taken advantage of. So this is definitely talking about another person. So be conscientious of that. We'll pull some clarifiers. Okay, let's pull some clarifiers. I'm not going to do too many Capricorns, but let's clarify this. Let's clarify this Hierophant reversed. Please clarify the Hierophant reversed off the top of the deck. Okay, Five of Swords. So we are talking about a lose-lose situation. We are talking about battles. We are talking about words, exchanging ideas. Okay, this is one-upping, and this is trying to win for the sake of trying to win instead of trying to make it a win-win situation. This is very much a lose-lose situation because, yeah, he gets all the swords in the end, but he hurt a lot of people in the meantime, and now there's no trust or friendship. Okay, so something has to be worked out first. Let's clarify this Three of Swords for Capricorns. Please clarify this Three of Swords. Please clarify this Three of Swords for Capricorns. Ace of Pentacles. So there's new beginnings. It does have to do with stability. So this is, there is a breakdown, so there can be a breakthrough. There is a breakdown of connection in terms of thoughts and in terms of love, but there is a great deal of stable beginning here. Something is new and there's a great deal of stability around it. So you might be ending one relationship to start another one that's more stable, or this broke down so this could take place. Maybe that's what you both needed. Let's clarify this Justice card. Why is the other person so hurt? Why is the other person having the Justice card reversed? Spirit and Universe, why is the Justice card reversed? Please clarify the Justice reversed. Seven of Swords reversed. Okay, so this has to do with trust. This has to do with misuse of power. This has to do with lying, cheating, stealing. Okay, but here's the thing. Okay, this is reversed. So their view of the situation is a little skewed, probably a lot skewed actually. So they're kind of misinterpreting what was really happening. And they might be playing the victim a little bit here. So you are going to have to figure out how you are going to deal with them to get back into, both of you guys getting back into good graces, because I think they're kind of blowing things out of proportion a little bit, and you both are kind of trying to get back here. Okay, King of Cups reversed. Let's pull two more clarifiers. Why is the hopes and fears the Four of Cups, and then why is the King of Cups reversed? Why is hopes and fears Four of Cups, and then why is the King of Cups reversed off the top of the deck now? Hopes and fears, King of Swords. Okay, so you're waiting on timing because this is you being a strategist. Could also be an air sign in the mix, but I think you're waiting, or they are waiting. This is hope and fear because it's part of a strategy. And then King of Cups off the top of the deck, the Hermit. Okay, this has to do with there may be a need in the outcome for some isolation and for some stepping back in the situation. Pull it back, Capricorns, pull it back. Okay, there is a need for pulling back and figuring out where your hope and your faith in the other person in the situation lies, because there is some at least the assumption of some very sneaky behavior going on. Okay, let's pull. Overall, a very good reading. I think you are trying to get back to something, and I think that you will, but you're trying to iron out some kinks right now. So let's pull an oracle card from the Angelarium Oracle deck. Spirit and Universe, what is the most important high-level message that Capricorns need to hear in May? Most important high-level message that Capricorns need to hear in May. Rimiel, Angel of Visions. This is a very beautiful read, so let me read this. Angel of Visions. The shepherd of good graces, a shining light in the distance, beckoning us forward into the future. The green pastures beyond the next hill are hard to see. Rumiel assures us that things will get better. It whispers, something is coming and it is beautiful. Keep pushing toward the horizon, toward the setting sun. As the light fades, you feel as if someone is watching you. Far off in the distance, you see a lone figure walking, a dove on its shoulder. You stop for a moment to marvel at this vision. When you move again, it is gone. You hear a flutter of feathers as the dove lands gracefully on your shoulder. So this has to do with manifestation and envisioning our future and where we want to be. You see, this being was envisioning himself in the future. And the second that he blinked and moved a little bit, he was there. So you are very, 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 very empowered to get to wherever it is that you want. You might be having to deal with, a little bit of a sticky situation or some ill assumptions. But ultimately, all the power does lie in you, and it might require a little bit of silence. It might require a little bit of strategy, but you certainly will be able to get there. Okay? All right, Capricorns, I love you, and I'll see you in June, all right? Bye.